Okay, now that we've covered the PS2 games, let's move on to the PS3. Starting with the sexiest game ever made, Catherine. Oh man, the first time I saw a preview for this in Game Informer, I was like, whoa, what is Atlas up to now? And like a lot of other people, I was immediately drawn in by the whole sex appeal and whatnot. But a lot of people were kind of turned off when they found out that it was a puzzle game. I was excited because I knew that they were going to make it interesting. And they did. This has got to be the most genuinely challenging game I've ever played, ever. Like, action games and whatnot are only difficult because the amount of damage that enemies do and whatnot. But this, when you have to make platforms and stairs out of blocks, and every move you make, everything that happens is because you did it. So any mistake you make is your own fault, and I like that. I like being in control of the game at all times and whatnot. That's cool. I like that. And overall, the game is good. The story, in retrospect, it was alright for the first half, but near the end game, it just kind of went off the rails, like not even in a good way. It's like how in Persona 4, you go from fighting evil versions of yourself to fighting a giant eyeball above the city. It's ridiculous, and it almost kind of ruined the experience for me, but I enjoyed the story overall. It's good. And also it came with this art book, which also had the little soundtrack CD. It has the soundtrack is mostly like remixes of classical songs from classical music. Classical music. It's pretty good, and in the book they kind of said that that Shoji Meguro wanted to originally do more jazz things in there, but for whatever reason he felt it would be better to just do classical themes. Also, pizza. That is the luckiest pizza known to man. I wish I was that pizza right now. Pizza, you rock. Even though I hate pepperoni. Screw you, pepperoni. Next, we're going to just do two of these at once. Guitar Hero 5 and Guitar Hero World Tour. I don't know. It took me a while to get into Guitar Hero. I'm not much of a rock person. Well, I do like rock. Rock is awesome. But, I didn't really get into it until one day at GameStop, I saw they had Guitar Hero 3 on display. Figured I'd give it a try, and it turned out I loved it. It was fun. It was really good. Got lots of songs to choose from. Now, I have two guitars over here, but, this one on the right is dead. I don't know why, but it just stopped working one day. I can't figure it out. It's not the batteries or anything, because I changed the batteries, but it still doesn't work. But what can you do? So Guitar Hero's good. I like it. It's a good, clean fun. Alright, next. Assassin's Creed 2. I've been kind of avoiding the Assassin's Creed series, mostly just because I'm lazy. And I actually bought this maybe a year and a half ago at GameStop for $20 new. This makes me wish I had gotten into the series from the beginning. This is an amazing game. I kind of mentioned that I can't stand the whole parkour influenced platforming thing, but this makes it fun. I love the whole stealth aspect. I love this whole sort of, medieval times. It's sort of it's almost like the 14th century, 15th century. I like this, the whole theme to it. And the whole crazy future stuff going on with the assassins and the Templars and all that stuff. It's cool. I don't know. I kind of want to keep going with the series now. I guess I should go ahead and get Brotherhood and then go to Revelations after that. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. Oh boy. Final Fantasy 13. I don't know what to say about this. I haven't even made that much progress in it. The battle system, honestly, in my opinion, it's not as, as innovative as they made it seem in the beginning. I mean, the only thing that's that big a deal was the paradigm shift system, which is kind of annoying at times because, you know, during bosses, if I need to so I can get someone to heal us while we attack, and, you know, the boss might end up killing us during that time, stuff like that. The story, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, it's a little bit too much all at once. I guess, this is a shiny box. Look how shiny this is. It's all rainbowish. Anyway, I'll say one thing for sure. This game looks amazing. Like, I don't know if the Xbox 360 version looks as good, but whatever, man. If you have an HD TV and you need to get this, it looks amazing. Yeah, 13. What can you do? Burnout Paradise. Not as good as Revenge, but still an amazing game. What I like about this is that even though it takes place in an open world area, it still has that Burnout feel to it. One thing for sure, it's very easy to navigate through Paradise City because, like, excuse me, during races, you know, you'll see some street signs at the top of the screen, and they'll flash when you need to make a turn, which makes it easy so you don't have to, you know, look at a map or anything like that. It's a lot easier than that. It looks amazing. It's like runs at like 60 frames per second. It has a soundtrack. I don't listen to it because I always use the custom soundtrack option. My only problem with this is the fact that it doesn't have local multiplayer. And, you know, that kind of goes into my thing about multiplayer in general. It's like, nowadays it's all about online, you know. What happened to just inviting friends over to your house? You know, friends in the real world. Like, this would be nice to have, you know, local multiplayer, but I still do a little bit of online every now and then just to mess around and just act stupid, crash into people all day. That's fun. I love doing that. Oh yeah, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Because there is no honor among thieves. 5 out of 5 stars. You're darn right it is. I did have the first Uncharted, but I kind of sold it because after I played this, going back to the first one, I can't play it. It's like they improved the gameplay in here so much that it makes the original look like crap. Although the original is good in its own right. I enjoyed it at the time, but this was so worth it. Don't do a lot of online multiplayer, but it's still fun. Good storyline. The final boss is not that bad, okay? Okay, people complain about it all the time, and once I actually get there on my playthrough, I'll mention it, but calm down, people. Bosses should be on the offensive at all times, okay? That makes more sense than just, I'm going to attack you in a stupid pattern. Whatever. NHL 09, because I can't be bothered to buy every new EA Sports title that comes out every year over and over and over again. Okay? Hockey is my sport of choice. I was never into Madden. In fact, I've never even played a single Madden game at all. I am not a football fan. I love hockey. I don't know why. I think it's such an intense sport. It's just fun to watch and fun to play. In the game form. I never actually played hockey in real life. I'd like to, though. I want to learn how to ice skate. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what changes they make between years of these EA Sports titles, but, you know, this is still a good one. Because I had NHL 08 before this, and, you know, compared to this, they really improved the graphics in this one, and the controls, too. I mean, how many changes do you need to make every year to re-release a game over and over again and still make money off of it? EA, you guys are either mad geniuses or idiots. We gotta keep that stack nice and straight. Okay. Infamous. I pre-ordered this. If you got this for free when PSN came back online, good for you. You got a good game right here. Yep, from the people that made Sly Cooper, they make a game about a guy who has electricity. I think that's an awesome power to have, you know. It's just, electricity can do so much. You can save money on your power bill. You can just be awesome. You can show off to girls, be like, hey, you want to see me shoot lightning out of my ass? And be like, oh, you're so awesome, Cole. And, yep, open world environment. It's sort of like a, just objective based, you know, go fight these guys, go collect these things, you know how it is. I've watched a walkthrough of Infamous 2. I'm not sure if I want to get it. I'm really not sure. Mostly because, for one thing, I don't like Cole's look in that game. I also don't like the fact that people didn't like the Cole 1.5 thing where he had hair, he had nice clothes, he had a little goatee. He looked nice in that form. But no, we gotta have him bald and ugly and sound like a redneck, chain smoker. Okay? Remember, it's your fault that Cole's still bald. Y'all suck. Dead Space. Because Resident Evil just doesn't do it for me. Stupid tank controls. Okay, Chris Redfield might be able to punch a boulder, but he can't even walk and shoot at the same time. Isaac Clarke, on the other hand, can, and more. He can do zero gravity jumps, and he can use mining equipment as weapons. And I really like the atmosphere in this game. That's what makes it kind of so creepy. Very good sound design too, because I have I got this little 5 speaker sound system over here, and it really works. It kind of has. It's just you hear a lot of things in the background, and it sounds so creepy. Kind of makes you uncomfortable at times. And it kind of has a few pop scares with the necromorphs, which just come behind a corner or something like that. That kind of gets old, but really it's the atmosphere that makes it scary. And I think this game does it well. And I'll get Dead Space 2 once the price goes down, because I'm cheap like that. The God of War collection. If you don't know, I am a total God of War fan. I've played and beaten all the games. Yep, 1, 2, 3, Chains of Olympus, and Ghost of Sparta. That was a good game, by the way. Ghost of Sparta on PSP. If you have a PSP, get that game. It's worth it. Excuse me. Yeah, both first 2 games remastered in HD. And especially God of War 2, it looks so amazing. You wouldn't even believe it was a PS2 game originally. They really improved it. One little nitpick about it, though. It might be because mine is used copy, but in the first God of War, there is a horrible audio glitch that causes 2 background, music tracks to play at the same time. And it does that for about 2/3 of the entire game, and there's nothing you can do to get rid of it. There's nothing you can do about it at all. But other than that, it's perfect. It's just fine. Because God of War 2 doesn't have any of that problem at all. And, yeah. I am the God of War! Sonic Generations. Now, I'm not the biggest Sonic fan around. In fact, I'm not much of a fan of Sonic in general, because his games just tend to be so up and down and all around. But, some of them are good, some of them are kind of bad, but this is good. This is probably the most fun I've had with Sonic since Sonic Heroes, and that's saying something. But, they really improved the whole modern Sonic gameplay. It feels a lot better than it did on Unleashed, because I hated Unleashed, okay? I'm probably the only person in the world who did not enjoy the day stages. They were just too... I can't describe it. I'd have to... I don't know. I'll talk about it some other time. Classic Sonic is okay, too. 2D platforming. The one thing, and this isn't just me, because other people have this problem too, but with modern Sonic, I know for sure, there is definitely a delay in his jump. That makes it very difficult to do precision platforming. In a game like this, where you need to jump at just the right time to jump over, a pit or something, it has to be perfect timing, but it's just slightly laggy. Other than that, it's an okay game. It needed more content in terms of levels, and the cutscenes were kind of meh. Like, the story is pretty much this. There's a big black thing called the Time Eater, and Eggman is controlling it. The end. That's pretty much it. Also, it's Sonic's birthday. Happy birthday, Sonic! You blue bastard. Okay. The Sly Collection. Hold up. Yeah, Sly Collection. I got this as part of a buy two get one free at GameStop during Black Friday, because I got this, and then I got Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and then I got Vanquish for free. This is good. You know, all three Sly games in one. That's a great deal for this price. Seriously. I mean, if you haven't played Sly Cooper, you need to get on it, like right now. Especially the sequels. Like, the sequels are pretty much like, I guess it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, you know? Very stealthy-oriented missions and stuff like that. Though, you know, more nitpicky stuff about the first game. You know, they changed a few things. They remixed the music, which wasn't that good to begin with, but now it just sounds worse. Also, during the Miss Ruby boss fight, if you remember, you need rhythm in order to, you know, play that boss fight right, but they totally got rid of the rhythm aspect, so now it's just like a crappy, poorly scripted boss fight. But what can you do? Still good. Looking forward to Sly 4, actually, even though it's not being made by Sucker Punch. They are, I think they are overseeing the development, so it shouldn't be too bad. Come on, guys. You gotta have hope. Vanquish. It says $16.99, but I got it for free. I don't know. In the end, you know, you see videos, it looks very flashy, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much just a glorified third-person shooter with a dash move, which is good. You know, it's not bad. You know, it's very over-the-top explosions, you know, fast, fluid, frantic storm into battle, and experience high-octane gaming at its most explosive and exciting. I wouldn't say it's that great. It's good, though. You know, if you can get it for cheap, I'd say go for it. It's alright. I like it. And here in the generic GameStop box is Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain. This is how you make a cinematic video game movie kind of thing. No matter how many times I play it, it never gets old. Because there's so much you can do, and it's amazing how almost, you know, major things that you do in the game will affect the story. And, you know, and one thing I love about this thing the most is that, you know how in, like, an action film, it's like the last battle and the hero has to fight the villain one last time, and, you know, it's very dramatic and you don't know what's going to happen, and you got that edge of your seat feeling? I got that from this game in the last act. It was just, I love that feeling. It's just so intense. Adrenaline. Norman Jade and FBI. I thought you were a tough guy. A street cop who's been through the mill. Alright, next, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Let me tell you right now, I suck at fighting games. That's why I don't play them. But, you know, it's Street Fighter. You know, I figure I might as well get this one, seeing as how this is the definitive version of the game, you know. So hopefully there won't be a Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition remix, Third Strike, Turbo Alpha nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this is the final version of the game. So I hope I got the right thing. And I'm not afraid to admit that I do play on the easiest difficulty, though I do, you know, I will raise it up when I think I've gotten the hang of it. So right now, I went from easiest to very easy to easy. I'm on easy right now, alright? Cut me some slack. Also, as far as fighting games go, I'm looking forward to Skullgirls. I've been following that for a while. I like the whole, you know, hand-drawn animation. It looks good. Looking forward to that one. Ah yes, God of War 3. Love this game. I can't believe that this was Santa Monica Studios' first PS3 game, because this is one of those games that makes you want to get a PS3, and it is so worth it. Oh man, the story is kind of, they kind of dropped the ball on the storyline, but the conclusion is good. I like the way it ends. The way it does end, it kind of has a bit of a You know, there could be a sequel to it, but I'd rather just leave it as this. I like the way it ended. But you know, it's the same God of War gameplay, except in high definition. With more muscles on Kratos, and you get to kill all the remaining gods and fight some titans too. It's awesome. I love this game. And last but not least, we'll end here. We have Bayonetta. You know, when it comes to these kind of action games, hold up a second. I'm sorry about that. Okay, the pizza man's coming. I had to answer the gate thing. So anyway, Bayonetta. When it comes to action games, I usually think of Devil May Cry, God of War, and Bayonetta. Bayonetta is right in the middle because it has a very good mix of fast-paced gameplay and sort of brutal, you know, non-button mashy kind of action. Also, she's sexy. You can't beat that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You wish you could get that, but you can't because it's mine. And yeah, that's my PS3 collection. I do have some games downloaded on my PS3. I guess I'll do a separate video for that later. But that's it for now. So until then, take a good look at Catherine. Yes.